Hello, my beautiful fragrance family. Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell notification. And I'm just going to keep on giving you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews, that $40-ish and under range. And most of these are way less than that. And a good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. And I got another one. It's old school. Came out in 1990. A lot of the reason for this is because the rack stores have been a desert wasteland. There's really not a whole lot there. Christmas kind of wiped them out. I did see a Dior Sauvage clone. And I don't think that there's a whole lot of review on it. I forget the name of it. But if you guys want me to review that, even though I've got other Dior Sauvage clones, it's like $15. It's one of those out-of-the-box ones. Let me know if you want me, not the Elixir, not the one that I keep hearing about. It's a totally different brand. But if you guys want me to review that, let me know and I'll probably scoop it up. But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the classic from 1990, Preferred Stock. Is this thing reformulated? Is it still good today? Was it good to begin with? That whole thing. Real cheap atomizer lid. The atomizer itself looks incredibly cheap, like the same kind of atomizer you would find in like Banaka or something, but it squirts out good. So if you're not, which I'm sure that you are, and I'm sure that you have at least smelled this fragrance, it's kind of in that same ballpark as Drakkar Noir. It's quite similar, actually. This is a bit, got a little bit more freshness. Drakkar has a decent dose of that rosemary, where this has more like cypress and fir, stuff like that in it. Ultimately, what this is this is a very green, fresh, spicy, some florals and a lot of woods, a lot of dry woods in this thing. It definitely smells like a fragrance from 1990. And, you know, it came out at the same time as like, you know, your Cool Water, like your Aspens and stuff like that. At least I think Aspen. I know Cool Water came out in the 90s. I forget when Aspen came out. But this is made by the same company as Aspen, regardless. I think this is reformulated a little bit. I mean, most of the fragrances are because of regulations or whatever. Because it doesn't have that staying power that this once had. This used to, I believe, if memory serves me correctly, it's been a long time since I owned this thing, but I think it was a little bit more of a powerhouse. I think it projected harder and it lasted longer. This isn't real weak in projection, but for being such a masculine fragrance, it's pretty average. It's your normal like 2 to 3 scent projection. It's maybe 4 to 5 hours, whereas before I think it was more like 6 to 7. As far as the overall scent profile, they did a pretty good job at containing the way that this smelled, with that bright green, citrusy, dense, woody, floral kind of a smell. It's like white bar soap. It's like Drakkar Noir is a lot like white. Goodness, I can't talk. White bar soap. This has that kind of a masculine white bar soap type of a smell. It works in pretty much any season. Most occasions, I would say. It's not a youthful fragrance, but I don't think that anybody young would think that it smells bad, to be honest. It's easy to wear. It's pleasing. Definitely on the synthetic side. Got the dry down here. It changes a bit. It's not nearly as bright. Not nearly as bright and citrusy and fresh in the dry down as it was in the opening. It gets dustier, woodier, maintaining a lot of that green from like the cypress and like that kind of a thing. And the florals are still hanging on real good. A little bit of powderiness actually going on. But overall, I'll give it, you know, it's a 5. I used to love this thing. It still smells good. 5's a good rating. 5, you'll find this for like $12.99. So a 5 for a $12.99 fragrance isn't bad whatsoever. It is a bit more synthetic. If memory serves me right, I wasn't a fragrance head back then, but I think that it's real similar to what it was, just more synthetic, not as loud, not as long lasting, but overall it seems like it's about 85% the same as what it used to be when this thing first came out, or when I first started getting my nose on this thing. So yeah, I still would say that it's more of a mature 25 and up plus fragrance, good for any occasion except for the hottest of days, but other than that, it's got a green light on pretty much everything. So again, white bar soap, citrus, fresh, spicy green up top. The citrus starts to reel back a little bit more. The florals and the woods are a little bit more exposed, still holding on to some of that fir and green notes like that. Cypress, fir, juniper, that kind of a green note. The sharp green note, not the soft green note. But that's my final thoughts on Preferred Stock by Cody. With that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always. And until next time.